Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. I am happy to welcome you all for online learning. Class 10, subject biology, unit 15, nervous system. Today I am going to discuss about central nervous system. The brain and the spinal cord being delicate vital structure. What is the meaning of delicate? Smooth and vital structure. It is very important structure which are protected inside the bony cavities of skull. That means the brain is situated or located inside the bony cavities of skull and vertebral column respectively. CNS, central nervous system, is formed of two types of matter. One is grey matter, another one is white matter. CNS is formed of two matter, one is grey matter, another one is white matter, with respect to presence or absence of myelin sheath. Myelin sheath is nothing but a tissue like substance which is covered on the axon of neuron. Clear? The brain is the controlling center of all the body activities. Now I am standing here, I am teaching the lesson. So my body activities are controlled by my brain. Children, now you are all sitting and observing the phone and seeing the lesson, listening the lesson. That body activities also controlled by your brain. Like that, all the body activities, we are going walking, jogging, sleeping, so all the body activities are controlled by the brain. So hence it is said to be the controlling center. So brain is said to be the controlling center. It controls all the activities which takes place inside the body. Clear? It is covered by, it means brain is covered by three connective tissue, and this tissue membrane also called as meninges. So the brain is covered by a very important connective tissue, that is name of that is meninges. So brain is covered by three connective tissue membrane called meninges. They are dura mater, arachnoid matter and pia mater. So dura mater, arachnoid matter and pia mater. These three are the connective tissue membrane which covers the brain. Okay. So what is dura mater? In that dura mater it is two words. Dura means tough. Matter is nothing but membrane. So dura mater is nothing but it is the outermost thick fibrous membrane. Once again I am repeating, the brain is covered by three connective tissue membrane, that is dura mater, arachnoid matter and pia matter. These are the three connective tissue membrane. Okay, this connective tissue membrane is also called as meninges. So what is dura mater means? Dura mater is nothing but outermost covering membrane of the brain. It is very thick, it is very tough. Okay. So next second membrane is arachnoid membrane. Arachnoid membrane is the middle and it is very thin in nature and providing web like cushion. The third one inside the third membrane is pia mater. Pia is nothing but soft, very soft membrane, is the innermost membrane and it is very thin. Okay, they are richly supplied with blood. So pia mater is a soft membrane. Pia mater is a soft membrane. It is the innermost membrane and it is highly supplied with blood. Clear? See the picture here. This is the structure of brain. One small portion is, this is called enlarged section. Enlarged section of brain, and this part, see here, this is the brain section. The brain is covered by 3 connective tissue membrane. These are the 3 connective tissue membrane. In that 3 connective tissue membrane, the first one is the tough membrane, dura mater. See here, the first one is dura mater. The second one is arachnoid matter. And the inner one is very soft. Inner one is soft, that is pia matter. Can you understand this? So the brain is covered by a connective tissue membrane called meninges. They are, the first one dura mater, second one arachnoid matter, and third one is pia matter. Clear, children? Yes. The human brain is formed of 3 main parts. So brain is composed of 3 parts. The first one is forebrain, second one midbrain, and the third one hindbrain. Forebrain, midbrain, and hindbrain. See here, this is the structure of human brain, and this blue color fully covered. So majority, the almost 2/3 of brain is called cerebrum. It comes under forebrain. Okay, this part is called forebrain, and this region is called midbrain, and this region is called hindbrain. Okay, so human brain is formed of 3 main parts. One is called forebrain, second one is called midbrain, and third one is called hindbrain. Clear? Now the first one, forebrain. The forebrain is formed of cerebrum and diencephalon. So what are the main parts of forebrain? Cerebrum and diencephalon. The diencephalon consists of dorsal thalamus and ventral hypothalamus. Dorsal is nothing but upper side, that is called dorsal. The upper side it is thalamus, and the lower side it is hypothalamus. Again I am telling, the forebrain is formed of cerebrum and diencephalon. The diencephalon consists of upper side, that is dorsal side is thalamus, and the lower side is hypothalamus. Clear? Next, cerebrum. I already said that cerebrum is the largest part of your brain. See, cerebrum is the largest portion, formed nearly 2/3 of the brain. So 2/3. So it is the largest part. Among this 2/3, it is composed of cerebrum only. The brain, 2/3 of brain is composed of cerebrum only. So it is said to be the largest portion. Okay. The cerebrum is longitudinally divided. So you know what is the longitudinal direction? See, this is the longitudinal direction, the longitudinal section of brain. So, the cerebrum is longitudinally divided into two halves. One is said to be right cerebral hemisphere and another one is said to be the left cerebral hemisphere. Again I am telling, the cerebrum is longitudinally divided into two halves. One is called right cerebral hemisphere and another one is called left cerebral hemisphere by a deep cleft called median cleft. This is the median cleft and this divides the cerebrum into two. Clear? The next, the two cerebral hemispheres, one is right cerebral hemisphere, another one is left cerebral hemisphere, are interconnected by a thick band of nerve fiber called corpus callosum. Very important, one more question. So, these two, right cerebral hemisphere as well as the left cerebral hemisphere are interconnected. So, they are connected with each other, interconnected by a thick band of nerve fiber called corpus callosum. See, this is the structure of brain on the longitudinal direction, longitudinal section. Longitudinal section of brain, and this is called the two hemispheres, cerebral hemisphere. This side is called right cerebral hemisphere and this is called left cerebral hemisphere. Clear? So, this right side and left side are interconnected with a tissue called corpus callosum. So, this is called corpus callosum. They are interconnected with a nerve fiber. This is said to be the nerve fiber, that is, name of the fiber is corpus callosum. Clear? The two cerebral hemispheres are interconnected with fiber called corpus callosum. The outer portion of each cerebral hemisphere is formed of grey matter and it is called cerebral cortex. So, outside of the hemisphere it is said to be cerebral cortex and inside it is said to be cerebral medulla. So, outside it is said to be cortex, cerebral cortex, it is of grey matter and inside it is said to be cerebral medulla, it is white matter. So, this is the longitudinal section of the brain. This is normal structure of brain. Okay, these two hemispheres are connected, interconnected with the nerve fiber called corpus callosum. Clear? Very important, one more question. The inner and deeper part, deeper is formed of white matter and it is said to be cerebral medulla. I already said. The next one, the cortex is extremely folded, forming elevations called gyri. You see, so many foldings are seen in the cortex region. See that? Think that it is a cerebral cortex. so many foldings are there, they are said to be gyri. So cortex is extremely folded, forming elevation gyri. Elevation is called gyri and depression is called sulci. If there is elevation means this is called gyri, and if it is depression is called sulci. Okay. So each cerebral hemisphere, it includes both right and left hemispheres, is divisible into frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe and occipital lobe. Okay. So each cerebral hemisphere is divisible into frontal lobe, parietal lobe, temporal lobe and occipital lobe. See, this part is called frontal lobe and this part is called parietal lobe. This part is called temporal lobe and this part is called occipital lobe. Frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital. Frontal, parietal, temporal and occipital. So these are the 4 lobes of the brain. Clear? These lobes are also known as cerebral lobes. So lobes are present in the cerebrum, hence it is called as cerebral lobes and are associated with a specific function. If any damage takes place in the lobe, means it affects the function. Okay. So the cerebrum is responsible for thinking, intelligence, consciousness, memory, imagination, reasoning and willpower. So cerebrum have the specific function. It is responsible for thinking, intelligence, consciousness, memory, imagination, reasoning and willpower. The next one is thalamus. It is also comes under forebrain. It is a part of forebrain. Thalamus is present in cerebral medulla. I already said the outside is called cortex, cerebral cortex, and the inside is called so outside is called cortex and inside is called it is medulla. So thalamus is present in cerebral medulla and it is a major conducting center for sensory and motor signaling. Sensory and motor signaling. Children, you are all well versed in sensory neuron and motor neuron. What is sensory neuron? The nerve impulse, a neuron which carries the nerve impulse from the sense organ to the central nervous system is called sensory neuron. Again I am telling, a nerve cell or neuron which carry the impulse from the sense organs to the central nervous system, that is called sensory neuron. Another one is called motor neuron. Motor neuron is nothing but which carry the impulse from the central nervous system to the effector organs. Effector organs means muscles or glands. Clear? So thalamus as the center of sensory and motor signaling, it also acts as a relay center. It is an important one more question. Thalamus acts as a relay center. The next one is hypothalamus. Hypothalamus lies at base of the thalamus. Okay. See the entire structure of human brain, and this part is called corpus callosum. Corpus callosum is nothing but nerve fiber which connects the right and left cerebral hemisphere. Okay, and this part is called thalamus, and below this thalamus it is hypothalamus is present. This is called thalamus and this is called hypothalamus. Okay, and this is called the brain stem. This part is called cerebellum. So majority, 2/3 of the brain is made up of cerebrum only. Okay. It controls involuntary functions. It means hypothalamus controls involuntary functions like hunger, thirst, sleep, sweating, sexual desire, anger, fear, water balance, blood pressure, etc. It also acts as a thermoregulatory center of the body. So hypothalamus acts as a thermoregulatory function, and it also plays a vital role in the secretion of hormones from anterior pituitary gland, and it is also plays an important role in the connection between the nervous system and the endocrine system. Again I am telling, hypothalamus acts as a thermoregulatory function, that means it controls the temperature. Okay, so hence it is called as thermoregulatory center of the body. So it controls the secretion of hormones from the anterior pituitary. So hypothalamus only controls the secretion of hormones from the anterior pituitary, and is an important link. This hypothalamus acts as an important link between the nervous system and to the endocrine system. Clear? The next one is midbrain. It is located between the thalamus and the hindbrain. So name itself you can easily understand, midbrain. The midbrain is situated, present between the thalamus and the hindbrain. The dorsal portion, dorsal means upper part, upper portion. The upper portion of the midbrain consists of 4 rounded bodies called corpora quadrigemina. So the upper part of the midbrain consists of 4 rounded bodies called corpora quadrigemina that controls visual and auditory reflexes. So the midbrain, the dorsal side, upper portion is said to be the corpora quadrigemina. It controls the visual and auditory reflexes. Clear? The next one is hindbrain. It is formed of 3 parts. The first one is cerebellum, second one is pons, and third one is medulla oblongata. So the hindbrain is the posterior end of the brain, normal brain. So it consists of 3 parts. The first one is cerebellum, second one is pons, and third one is medulla oblongata. Cerebellum. Cerebellum is the second largest portion of the brain. It is the second largest part of the brain, formed of 2 large sized hemispheres and middle vermis. It coordinates voluntary movements and also maintains body balance. So cerebellum plays an important role in the voluntary movements and also plays important role in the maintenance of body balance. It maintains the body balance. Clear? The next one is pons. Pons, a Latin word meaning is bridge. Pons acts as a bridge. It is a bridge of nerve fiber that connects the lobes of cerebellum. Okay, so it relay signaling between cerebellum, spinal cord, midbrain and cerebrum. So pons relay signals between cerebellum, spinal cord, midbrain and cerebrum. Pons also controls respiration. Pons control respiration and sleep cycle. See the picture here, and this part is called pons. Okay, it is a bridge of nerve fiber that connects the lobes of cerebellum. This is the lobes of cerebellum. Pons only connects the lobes of cerebellum. It acts as a relay. It relays signals between cerebellum, spinal cord, midbrain and cerebrum. It also controls the respiration and sleep cycle. The next one is medulla oblongata. Medulla oblongata is the posterior most part. Posterior means end part of the brain that connects spinal cord and various parts of the brain. So medulla oblongata is the last end part of the brain, posterior part of the brain. It connects spinal cord and various parts of the brain. It has so many centers: cardiac centers, respiratory centers, vascular centers to control heartbeat, respiration, contraction of blood vessels. So in medulla oblongata it has a cardiac center, respiratory center, etc., and to control heartbeat, respiration and contraction of blood vessels. It also regulates vomiting and salivation. Medulla oblongata controls vomiting and salination. And this is the overview of brain function. The first one is cerebral cortex, general overview. The main function of cerebral cortex, the main first function is sensory perception, and then control of voluntary functions, language, thinking skills, memory, decision making and creativity. So all these works are mainly by the cerebral cortex. Second one is thalamus. Thalamus acts as a relay center. Next one is hypothalamus. Cerebral cortex, thalamus and hypothalamus all comes under forebrain. They are forebrain. Okay. Brain has the three parts: forebrain, midbrain and hindbrain. Okay. So hypothalamus, it plays a vital role in the temperature control, normal body temperature control, thirst, hunger, urination, important link between nervous system and endocrine system. And next one is cerebellum. Cerebellum, maintenance of posture and balance, coordinate voluntary muscle activity, voluntary muscle movement. And the last one is pons and medulla oblongata. The functions of this pons and medulla oblongata: role in sleep awake cycle, and then cardiovascular system, respiratory system and digestive control centers. So all these controls are in the pons and medulla oblongata. Thank you children. We will see you in the next class.